Hello, if you're watching me for the first time, I'm so excited today to share this because a lot of people have asked questions about how to get pregnant, things to do. You know, a lot of people are worried about it, and in our African culture, when you get married, you are expected to, by in-laws, you're expected to get pregnant, you're expected to bring a baby and all that and all that. We are not God. When you walk into that relationship, which is marriage, first and foremost, you have to be with yourself. You have to have the mind of Christ. You have to know that if God has prepared you for this time and you have walked into it, every other thing will fall in place for you. Like the Bible said, the lines are falling for us in pleasant places. So just remember that scripture and then put yourself in that position and know that everything is going to work for you. So it all happened after my first baby, and I got along. It was like delaying. It was like a year later, 2 years later, and I became worried actually, and I started talking to my mom, aunts, friends and all that, and I got this advice, this sweet advice from my mom, like I used to say, sometimes consult your mother, consult your parents, consult your mother-in-law. They have been in this game before you walk into it, so they are in a better position to advise you and tell you what to do. Because I became worried because I needed a child, I needed another child because I've had the first one and 2 years gone past, and I was already in my third year. So what I did when I seek advice from my mother and my mother-in-law, it was like the same thing. They told me first and foremost, what I did, I freed my mind. They told me to free my mind. I freed my mind from that pressure of having pregnancy. I want to be pregnant, I want to be pregnant. So I freed my mind. That's the first thing I did. I freed my mind from thinking pregnancy. I decided to live my life. Number two, I placed my heart on those things that I love doing. That was what I did. I removed my heart from having given myself pressure. So I placed my heart on something, those things I love doing, those things I love to do, outings with friends, talking with friends, read books, just those things I love doing. So I focus on those things. And as time went on, they helped me. The next point, which is point number 3, I gave myself peace. When you give yourself this peace of mind, you're not worried about anything. You just know that something has happened to you and it's for good. I gave myself peace. I decided to stay in that peace. I stayed on my lane. I was just happy about my life, and I was at peace because I've spoken with my mom and I've spoken with my mother-in-law, and everybody was excited. Okay, fine. This first one that came, you didn't plan it. Allow God to do his things. So I gave myself peace. Point number 4, I gave my husband what he needed, which is peace of mind. And I make sure he's the type that likes cleanliness. I clean the house. I make sure everything is in place. I go to my work. I talk with him. I make him excited. I do those things that he likes to do, especially when he's around me. I make sure I am at peace with my in-laws. I am at peace with his friends, people that comes around him, his cousins. I stay in peace with everybody. I make peace with everybody. I make sure I am just fine and everybody around me is fine. I seek peace. That's the truth. A lot of us today, we are in relationship or we are in marriages. That's the truth. That reminds me, I think I have to call our attention to this. A lot of us, we walk into marriages. We are not at peace with our in-laws. You are not at peace with even your friends. Your friends. You are not even at peace with your husband's friends. You walk into that home. You want to separate your husband from everybody he has existed with. Is wrong. Give your environment a nice fragrance. That's the truth. So don't walk into a marriage or a relationship with the intention of breaking it. Make peace with everybody because you need them. You need people around you. Don't be the type that frowns, you frown your face, you are always at your time, you want to do things your own way. Is wrong. So the 5th one is I maintained that place. I kept God in his place. I allow God to stay in his place. I eat good food. I make sure I watch what I eat. My eating habits, my exercise, I make sure I adhere to them and I do the right thing. So while I kept on doing these things, unconsciously to me, things were falling in place for me. And before I knew it, before the 3rd year, I just noticed I was pregnant, but I couldn't even tell my husband because I needed to go to the hospital and I needed to just do some checks, and which I did. And when I sat then, I did them and it was fine. So fine, this is just a piece of advice for a sister out there. You are in a relationship or you are in a marriage and you are worried about having children. You don't need to worry because children are blessings from God. You need to give yourself peace. Give God his place and allow him to do his thing at his time. Don't force anything to happen. Trust God to do his thing. Trust God for his words. Trust God because he has done it for someone else before. Your own won't be a different thing. So always learn to trust God and leave God to be in his place. God bless you. Thanks for watching. And until I come your way again, from here is love. Bye.